and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. Today is crafting podcast day. I have a lot of fun projects to show you, so stick around. So if you've watched some of my previous crafting podcasts, you know that I share all kinds of fun crafting goodies with you. Cross stitch, knitting, crochet, sewing, quilting, spinning, whatever I'm doing at the time. This particular one's going to be a little bit shorter because I've been working on a lot of secret projects on the back, so I can't show you everything, but I do have a lot of fun sewy, quilty projects to show you today and one crochet project. I also have a bunch of fun acquisitions and a huge giveaway at the end, so make sure to stay tuned. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to start off with crochet because it's my only yarny item that I have. So I did a tutorial for these really cute little crochet doilies, and so I just wanted to share them with you really quick. You've probably seen it, and I put these on my sewing machine thread pegs, and it just gives them something cute to set on, and I put it on my Singer featherweight, which I showed you in the last video. And so I ended up making quite a few of these. I put some on my Juki, I put some on my Singer, and they're just really cute. And actually you can take that tutorial and just keep going and make it bigger and bigger, so you have like a larger doily if you want it for, like, say, a table or something like that. But this was just a really fun, cute project, so I just wanted to point it out here just in case you didn't see the video tutorial. So my daughter saw this Afghan. It had like daisies on it, and she's got daisies all over her room. They're one of her favorite flowers, and so she thought it would be really fun, and so we decided to make it as a project. So actually we're doing a 3-generational project. So myself, my daughter Olivia, and my mom are all crocheting pieces of this Afghan. And so there are tons of free tutorials online for this, you guys, but I did go ahead and purchase the Puff Daisy Baby Afghan by Crochet 365, and it's just a really cute puffy daisy block on there. And I personally liked the gray and the pink and the white because I thought it was really cute, and her room is actually gray and yellow and white mostly. There's some gold in there, but she actually chose the yarn for this project, so she went with yellow, white, and pink. So we have it all stored in one of these baskets. This is just kind of a soft rope basket. I think I got this one from Target, and it's just perfect. So we've got some of our daisies completed, so I'll show you those. Here is the yarn that she picked out. So she did this kind of yellow and white and really soft kind of pinkish color. So I'm keeping all of that in here. And then here are some of the flowers that we have done, and actually my mom has done the majority of the flowers. So how we're kind of doing it is Olivia is making all of the little pink centers, and then my mom is actually adding the white around the outsides. So as you can see, we have a stack of daisies here, and then I am going to be doing the yellow outside part. I haven't even started yet because I've been really busy working on other projects, and my mom has a whole pile of these flowers at her house as well. So but look how cute they are. They're absolutely adorable. I think it's going to be such a fun, cute little blanket, and I'll show you guys our progress as we go. And we're just using, I got this at Michael's, so we're just using this Charisma yarn. So I got it at Michael's. We just went and picked out yarn, and this is what she picked out. This is just Charisma yarn, and it is 100% acrylic, which I'm not a huge fan of working with acrylic yarn, mainly because I don't like the way it feels. But it is a little bit less expensive, and then also my daughter liked it. She liked the feel of it. It is pretty soft. It doesn't feel super acrylic-y to me, and it's kind of chunky. So this is actually chunkier than what the pattern calls for. We will be making more daisies, but they should also be turning out larger than what the pattern calls for, because we used kind of a chunkier yarn versus the thinner yarn that she used in the pattern. So, but anyways, these are really cute. And like I said, there are a ton of free tutorials for the daisy, crochet daisy on like YouTube and on the internet. So just go out and you can just do a little bit of searching for, you know, for it, and you can find tons of patterns for these. But I just like to support small businesses, and plus I just kind of wanted some more instruction because I do know how to crochet, but I'm not like a prolific crocheter, and so I thought having a little bit of instruction and guidance and pictures would be helpful. So anyways, that is our crochet plan. Hopefully this is going to turn out really cute and eventually we'll get it done. My mom is rocking it. She is making a ton of these flowers. These are just the ones that she gave me, but she has a whole stack at her house. I actually have to bring her up some more yarn this weekend because she's going through these pretty quickly. So she's going to get those done, and then hopefully I'll get the outside done, and then we'll have kind of a multi-generational, everybody kind of participated in it together blanket for my daughter, which I think is just a really fun concept. So anyways, that is my one crochet project, and yeah, let's go ahead and move on to sewing because I have a ton of that to share. Okay, now quickly before I show you my sewing projects, I did want to show this again because I've had some questions and some people have been asking me if I have planners, and yes, I do have a project planner. So this is what it looks like on the front. This is what it looks like on the back, and I just had these laminated. I printed it off, had it laminated, and then spiral bound at like Office Depot or whatever. My planner does have several sections in it. So it's got quilting, knitting, spinning, cross stitch, and then a notes section. And so I have had a few requests to separate these out into separate planners. So if you would like me to do that, let me know in the comments below. I can do that. So there's like a quilting one, a cross stitch one, and because I know not everybody does like all of the different crafts. I personally like having it all in one book because I just have it all together, and then, you know, I don't have like a bunch of different books. But if you would like these to be separated out, let me know in the comments below, and then I will do that for you guys if enough people are requesting it, because these are such fun planners. I have pictures for each of the sections in the post for it, but here's just to give you an example. Here's some, there's at the beginning of each section there's helpful little pages on that particular craft, you know. There's like calculation pages, it's falling, you know, how to calculate yardage, etc., etc. And then let me show you one that doesn't have writing all over it. Is there one? Okay, and then each section also has its own specific little, you know, project name, designer, start date, finish size, progress. This one is specific to quilting. The other ones would be specific to that craft. And then there's, of course, some drawing sections, supplies, and then notes at the bottom. So they're all similar, but they're all tailored to each individual craft. And so it's just really handy to have. I like doing this because it also reminds me of all the projects I've done. You can even stick a picture in here when you're done. I do that with my quilts because a lot of times I give my quilts away, and so I like to have kind of a reminder of what that quilt looked like and just that I made it, because then you kind of give it away and forget about it, but it would all be kind of stored in your little crafting scrapbook of sorts. So anyways, I just wanted to point this out. I will link it below, and then it is just a PDF download, so you can just print it and then take it to your office supply store and have them spiral banged it, and yeah, it just works out really good. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you is my EPP progress, because I think in the last podcast I had said that I was going to start trying to do English paper piecing. Never done it before. I purchased the Tula Nova quilt pattern, and then this is what I'm housing my project in, and this is my little craft to go case, and it's perfect for this, and I actually made 2 of them. So this one is using my Tilda fabric stash, and it's so fun. And then here's kind of what the inside looks like. And then this one I did a cute little zipper on the front. So I will link this craft to go case. This is one of those, what do you call it? Like a designer zippers or whatever. So you want to leave the zipper out so you could actually see it. So I will link the tutorial for the craft to go case below. Of course, everything is going to be linked below. So if you have any questions, just look in the description box below the video. But my English paper piecing project is in this one. I've got my glasses hanging off the side. And then in here is my pattern, and so I am working on the Tula Nova quilt pattern, and so this is so much fun, and this pattern's actually larger than I thought it was. When I purchased it, I thought, oh, I'll just do a small little circle just to kind of see if I like it. This pattern finishes actually kind of large, 56 by 56, and so yeah, it's gonna take me like a hot minute to finish this, you guys. And obviously English paper piecing isn't like super quick. It's kind of like a more relaxing, sit down in the evenings and work on it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. If we're hanging out watching movies or TV, I'll sit down and just kind of work on it. And so I actually really like that about it. It makes it just really portable. I can sit in the car and work on it. Here's the inside. I don't want things to fall out, but here is the inside of this one. And I've just got all of my yarns in there. I've got my sew tights on this thing. I've got scissors and then like a needle catcher on this side. And then on the other side are all of my little pieces that I'm working on. So this case has been super handy to have with me. I just can bring everything I need in there. I can take it in the car or whatever. I also did purchase the set Tulanova acrylic fabric cutting template sets to go with it. So it just comes in this handy little storage box. And then inside are the actual acrylic templates. And I actually really like these. Tula does them so that you have 3/8 of an inch edging around it instead of 1/4 of an inch, which I actually prefer because I think it just gives you a little bit more fabric to work with. When I cut my very first ones, I just did a tiny little hexie, and I just did 1/4 of an inch around the outside, and it was, I feel like, a little bit tight. So I like that they're a little bit thicker, but you don't have to have these. She does make them. I'm assuming she makes them for all of her patterns. You don't have to get them, but I want to say they're really, really handy when you're cutting the fabric because you can just, I put a bunch of fabric down, lay the template on top, and just cut out a bunch of pieces at a time. So it's just like using a regular ruler. The pattern itself comes with all of the paper templates that you need. So there's 3 sizes of these guys in here. And so you don't have to go out and buy any of the paper or anything. The pattern actually comes with all the pieces you need to make the entire quilt. You can pull them out as you go and reuse these. But the pattern comes with everything. So you don't have to reuse them if you don't want to. Some of the ones I've pulled out have torn, some are fine. So the ones that have torn, I toss. The ones that are fine, I just put back in the bag so I can reuse them. And then the other thing that I purchased to kind of go along with this is this rotating mat, and it just spins. It's really nice. My only thing I think is, and this is by Riley Blake, the only thing that I don't love about it is I feel like when I'm cutting, so when I'm cutting on my table, I'm used to a nice, really hard, flat surface. I almost feel like when I'm cutting, I can feel the divots where the spinners are or something. And so I feel when I'm cutting, like I'm almost cutting into like a soft, I don't know. I'm not sure how to describe it. Let me know in the comments if you kind of have used this and feel the same way. It works really well, but I do have to kind of go a little bit slower because if I try and trim really fast, a lot of times I'll miss pieces, and I think it's just where the thing dips. And I'm assuming it's just because it's on ball bearings in there, and I don't know. Anyways, it's really handy. I do recommend it. It makes cutting out pieces a lot easier because you put your piece on here, trim, trim, twist it, trim, trim, and it's not quite like your regular rotating mat that's sitting on foam, and it's a little bit harder to turn those. I feel like those are harder. I mean, you might as well just turn the whole mat at that point. This is actually, so I don't know if you can see this, but this one's like an actual spinner. Like it just free spins. And so it turns a lot easier. And so definitely recommend this for sure. It just makes cutting out all those pieces like a total breeze. And so I think it just really cuts down on time. I'm all up for anything that saves me time. And I'm not a super gadgety person. Like I don't tend to go out and buy all the gadgets that go with things. For this, I actually did buy this, and I do use it every single time I cut out just because it spins so easily and the pieces are tiny and you really don't want to have to be trying to move those around when you're cutting. And so I do think it's totally worth it. And I actually have one of these to give away to one of you at the end because I just love it so much. Okay, so let's get on to the actual progress that I have made because I think, like I said, I think the last time I filmed, I hadn't even started yet. I think I just got the stuff or maybe I had just barely started and I just had the center done, but look, I'm probably gonna have to back up. Look at that. I am having so much fun. So I am using Pam Kitty fabric. This has been in my stash for a very long time, and I just love it so much. It's just such pretty, fun colors. And so I thought, you know what? Hopefully I have enough actually, because I do have some, but some of the pieces are getting smaller. Like I'm running out of a few of the colors. I don't think I have very much of the navy blue left. And then here's my center. And now that I'm getting more familiar with this, I probably will do a tutorial because I've had a lot of people ask. And then I don't know, I guess it's controversial in the EPP world. I don't know, but I'm actually pulling out my papers as I go because I wasn't. I was leaving my papers in, and this starts getting really big to kind of handle. And so you have this huge hard paper thing, and then you're trying to sew something on the end, and you're sort of dealing with this. So I did pull out all of the papers from where all of the sides have been sewn. So like, for example, all of the sides of this yellow one have been sewn, so I pulled out that paper. So the only papers I have left are really these stars and these, because this is the last row I added. I could pull out these ones at this point. I'm probably going to wait until I add my next row before I pull out the stars though. I'm not sure, it just makes me feel a little bit better. Now, one thing that I'm trying to figure out, and I have looked all over YouTube, so when I do my video and I figure out the answer, I will make sure to include it because I cannot find this answer from anyone, and I've asked several people, but I don't think they understand what I'm talking about. So the rule of thumb is that you don't pull out the paper until all of the sides of that shape are sewn. So like I just said, all of the sides of this shape are sewn, so I can pull out this particular paper. All of the sides of this shape are not sewn. We've got still two sides, so I can't pull that paper out yet. But what if I like wanted to stop now? Like, how do I pull that paper out when I'm done? Because when you're done with your circle or whatever you're done making, obviously that outside edge is gonna be open and not sewn. So I can figure out how to do that so that I don't lose my edge shape. I have had some people say to starch it and just press it really well, and then you'll be fine. So I think that's what I'm going to do. If you know the answer to that question, please leave it in the comments below so that I can learn from you and then also hopefully help someone out in the future, because I have Googled this, I have searched it. It's like, what do you do with that last final end raw edge that is not sewn to anything? How do you get those papers out? So yeah, that's my current search, but this is my progress, and I probably will do some tutorials because I think this is so much fun. It's just really portable, and I didn't think I would like it because I'm not particularly a hand stitcher. Like, that's not usually my go-to thing. I'm a machine girl. I like stuff that's fast. I like things I can finish quickly. Obviously, this takes some time. I'm not going to be finishing this overnight or anything. But I'm actually really enjoying it. I can just sit in front of the TV in the evening and just stitch some pieces. I can do a few, I can do a lot. And some nights I'll do like one star and be like, yeah, I'm done, you know. And then I just put it back in my little carrying tote and then just pull it out next time. And so it's just really, really easy, especially like if you're taking kids places and sitting in the car. And then I think I got distracted, but the reason that I did go ahead and pull out all of this middle bit, so you can see it's all nice and soft and squishy now, is because it was just getting really hard to sew the edges, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and it's still all stiff with all the papers in there. So I just went ahead and pulled them out. I was a little bit scared, a little bit afraid, but it worked out just fine, and they're holding really nicely, so that's good. And then it just makes it really easy to hold the piece when you're adding more. So anyways, so this is my progress. I love it so much. I'm definitely going to be, I don't know if I'm going to finish this whole one because I'm sort of getting bored of these shapes, and I've seen a ton, since I've started this, I've seen a ton of really cool EPP patterns out there that I really like, and some are more like quilt blocks, where you would do like a bunch of, you know, the same kind of block, and that block is EPP, and then you put those blocks together into a quilt. I kind of like that idea, so I may or may not finish the entire Tula Nova. I've got shapes that go around the edge right here. It's another row of these. And so those will be finished off. You won't have these little dog ears. So I might actually stop at that point and just make it into like a mini wall hanging. I haven't decided yet. I might keep going. I don't know. But that's the beauty of it. You can kind of just do whatever you want. And I watched a Tula video, and she said that she did that on purpose. She left it with a lot of places where you can stop. So you get to a certain point and you're done. You can just stop, or you can keep going. So I actually really like that. So here are my, and when I say you can sew like a couple pieces, this is what I mean. So you go through and you sew 2 of these together, and you sew like several pairs of these, and then you'll be adding that to the outside of this. So for example, they'll just fit right in there. So hopefully that makes sense. So it's a lot of small pieces, and then you add it to the bigger piece, and I sort of like that. And so last night while I was sitting down watching TV, I did this. So here is what I worked on last night, this fun little stack, and I just do it on my lap. So I bring this with me and I just set this on my lap and it can turn around, which is also really helpful for when you're basting your pieces. And then I do glue baste, so I'm using this one from Sew Line and it just has these little blue glue refills and you just rub that stick around the edge and then glue baste them. So this is kind of what they look like on the front and then this is what they look like on the back. And then when you sew them together, you just sew right along this edge and there's actually just a little gap where the fabric folds over and you just pick up that. So you're not actually sewing through the papers. That was new to me. But anyway, so I made a couple different ones. I'll just show you really quickly. And I just kind of did a variety of colors and I'll just sew these together. And then those will be my next round. And when I said earlier that they're finished, you don't have any dog ears coming off these edges. So that's where it's like kind of a good place to stop if you want to. So like I said, I may not, who knows? So yeah. So that's my little stack and I will be adding those to this larger one later. And let's just look at it one more time because it's a lot of work, guys. It's so much fun though. It really is. I'm totally enjoying it. So that is it for my EPP progress. I will keep you posted. Also, as always, follow me on Instagram because I'm posting some updates there as well. But I'm really enjoying it and I definitely plan on keeping up with that for a little bit. It just definitely moves a lot slower than I'm used to, so which is totally fine. So my next fun share, and you guys have probably already seen this already, but I just wanted to show it again because it is so cute. And I think I showed this on my last podcast as like a preview, but this video is live now. So this is just my weekend quilty zipper tote and it's got some pockets on the side. It's got a little adjustable strap as well, super cute. And then of course it has this cute zipper top instead of like an open tote bag. So this is so cute. This video is live. I love it so much and I have really enjoyed seeing all of your guys' projects with it. I've seen some really fun colors. Instead of this Moda ribbon on the bottom that I had used, of course you can use any ribbon you want, but I saw somebody use rickrack and I thought that was really clever. It looked so cute. So I've really enjoyed seeing all of your guys' projects and the fabric that you've chosen. Somebody added a bunch more pockets to the front, which I thought was interesting. So instead of this one front pocket, they did like 3 rows of pockets, I think it was. So, I mean, it was kind of a lot, but it looked really cute. And if you really are traveling and you need like that space in there, I thought that was a really cute addition as well. So lots of fun things you can do with that. And then right after that, I released this, which is my adorable matching retro train case. And this was so much fun to make, you guys. I made a couple of them actually because they're so cute, but I did want a matching one for the little travel case that we made. And it's just a fun little zip around bag. And then when you open it up, it's just, you know, cute and fun inside. And I was actually originally using this to hold all of my English paper piecing pieces, which by the way, this actually did a great job of. And I feel like on this top, you could even add maybe like a little needle minder. You could add some of those things that I added in my EPP case to the top of this. So like a little needle minder and where it's place to put your magnets and stuff. And I just think that would be so cute. And it's actually a really good size for that. So you can really kind of use this for whatever. My daughters have actually been using it when they go up to stay with my mom. They take this plus the little weekend tote together as like a little set, and isn't it just so cute? So anyways, this was a really fun project, recent release project that I had for you guys, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I got pretty good feedback on it, so I just think it was so cute and fun to make. So this is live as well. I will link the tutorial for this below the video as well. So that's most of my sewing stuff. Let's move into more of the quilting projects that I have. So I did just release a brand new quilt pattern called Chairberry, and it's the one hanging on the wall behind me right here and on this ladder right here. And so I did 2 different versions. The ladder I used really soft pinks and greens. They were from an Ambleside collection from Brenda Riddle for Moda. And I've actually had it in my stash for a long time, but most of her fabrics kind of have that same soft kind of vibe to them. So you could probably go and look at a newer line and just get get that same kind of look. As a matter of fact, I am going to show you some in my acquisitions that I got from her newest line called Sophie. That's very similar. It's got really pretty feminine soft pinks in it, and I think it would be perfect for this quilt. So I just wanted something really summery and kind of, you know, sitting on your front porch, maybe sipping a little tea, just kind of relaxing and enjoying time kind of vibe to it. And so I really think that the cherries and strawberries kind of captured that. And then as soon as I made that quilt, I thought, oh my gosh, this would be the cutest 4th of July quilt. And so, or like patriotic one. So then I made it the one right behind me. This one I used my red, white, and navy stash. And so these are all kind of a mix of prints of Bonnie and Camille fabrics. Some of them are some DaySail that I have hoarded for years. That's probably one of my favorite lines from them. The other one I used was Vintage Picnic, also another favorite. And then I used the outside border was from their newer line called Shine On, and I just loved the navy and white kind of floral. And then I did a red gingham binding on it, and I love gingham binding so much, and I just think it made it so cute and fun. And then on the back side, I did kind of an aqua gingham print, and that was from one of their other lines. I think it's I want to say it's the Vintage Picnic line, but I don't know for sure, because a lot of times I'll buy, if I like a fabric like that I know will be good on the back of a quilt, I will buy 4.5 to 5 yards of it and just keep it in my stash. So it is a Bonnie and Camille print. I just can't exactly remember the line it was from. And then I added this really cute little label that I got from my Sweetwater tagged subscription, and it was just perfect for the back of this quilt. Now, true to form, I am really bad at remembering to add labels to my quilts, and so I added it at the very end. And I always forget. I don't know, I don't think about it until usually I'm done quilting the quilt, and and then I remember, oh my gosh, I didn't add a label. So I literally stitched it on using my machine after the entire quilt was done, and you know what? It looks totally fine. You can barely see the stitching on the front of it. And when you wash that quilt, you just won't even notice it at all. So, but you will see the really cute label on the back side. So I do think it's important to just go ahead and add those, even if it's sort of an after the fact type of thing. For the Ambleside version, I used, again, some really fun kind of raspberry gingham print. That is from her new Sophie line, and it's just so fun and pretty. And then I actually labeled that one with a label that I got out of one of my Sew Sampler boxes from Fat Quarter Shop, and it's just perfect. It has little hearts on one side, and then it says handmade on the other side. I love that style of label because, again, it's really a last minute kind of label, and it goes right into the binding. So I sew the binding on the front of my quilt, flip it around to the back side, and then you just tuck that label into the backside binding and just add it just right as you're stitching that binding down, and bam, you've got a label. It looks super cute, and you didn't have to remember like I do. Now, just to kind of help myself, I did put all my labels in one of my little round fabric buckets, and I just keep that right by my sewing machine, and then that way it kind of helps remind me when I'm finishing quilts, oh hey, you should add a label to your quilt. I used to have them kind of stored away somewhere, and I just out of sight, out of mind. So that's my new goal, to try and remember to use my labels. But that is my new Chairberry quilt. It is available in my shop. It's only PDF right now, but if enough of you guys request it, I will do it on paper. It's kind of, I like to wait and see how a quilt is going to do before I spend money on paper patterns, because they are kind of expensive, and you know, then we have overhead and stuff. So, but this is actually potentially one of my cutest quilts. I love it so much. It's so much fun to make, and it's really beginner friendly. Everything is just traditionally pieced, nothing fancy, no applique, nothing like that. One difference that I did on the red, white, and blue version is I did do my star sashing, and if you'd like me to do a tutorial on that, leave that in the comments below and I will. I have a written tutorial on my website for it, but I have not done a video tutorial for it, but it's super easy. You can literally add that kind of sashing to any quilt that you make, and it just, I think, gives it a little bit of something extra. The quilt itself has just the regular corner posts in there, but I wanted to do the star sashing on the kind of patriotic one just to kind of bump it up a notch, and I just think it turned out so cute. So Chairberry, it's available in my shop. I will link it below. So that is it for my latest quilting. I do have a couple of fun announcements. So I have a brand new How to Quilt e-course coming up. So I'm super excited about it. A lot of you have requested something like this. It's going to be really fun, completely beginner friendly. We're literally going to start from the ground up. I'm going to do videos on my favorite supplies, some of the things that I just like to have, some of the things I think you need to have. We're going to be talking about fabric storage. Also, there's a couple bonus videos in there. So fabric storage, how I store it, you know, how I do like my pre-cuts, my yardage, and all of that kind of of thing will be in there. And then we'll start a quilt project from the bottom up. So we're going to talk about fabric choosing. We're going to talk about pressing our fabric, cutting our fabric. We'll piece the top together. Then we're going to baste it, and then we're going to quilt it ourselves. We're not going to send it out to get quilting. We're going to quilt it ourselves on our home sewing machines, and then we'll bind the project, and then we'll be done. So I just want to give you a little sneak peek. It's going to be a super easy, fun project. Look at these colors, and it's going to be just really beginner friendly and fun. So that is coming soon, or actually depending on when I get this video up, it may already be released, because I think I'm going to be releasing it this week. So it's going to be available at go.confessionsofahomeschooler.com. That is my e-course website, and you can find all my homeschooling e-courses there, but I am starting to do quilting e-courses as well because I've had so many questions on that. So I'm really excited about that course. That is strictly for beginners. I mean, if you want to take it as a seasoned quilter, you're welcome to, but I think really that it's for like, how do you sew? How do you do a 1/4 of an inch seam? Things like that. So that's a really beginner friendly one. And then my next class, which I'm also very excited about, is going to be like a step up from that. So there's like the beginner how to quilt class. The next one up is going to be like okay, I'm into quilting, let's go. And it's going to be sort of a block of the month. I haven't decided if I'm going to release it like a block of the month or a block of the week, or just like let you guys have access to all the whole thing at one time. I know when I'm taking a course, I'll get into it, and I just kind of want to do it. So maybe leave me a comment below letting me know whether you'd rather have it be trickled out to you, like, one block every week or every month, or if you just want to like have it all at once and then you can just do it at your own pace. It will be a class format because I think that will be the easier thing to do. That way I can kind of help you along and answer questions. But we are going to be making a series of different blocks. So we're going to start out with an easier block, and then each block that we make after that is just going to get a little bit harder or have a different technique to learn in it. So it's not going to be like super complicated advanced quilting. It's going to be more of like an intermediate level quilting, and hopefully you'll be learning a new skill each time we make a block. And so that is my goal, is to just kind of equip you guys to go out and be able to make pretty much any quilt you want when you're done, and then also have a really fun and beautiful quilt when you're finished. It's going to come in 2 different sizes, so you can choose between 6.5 inch blocks or 12.5 inch blocks, which will obviously affect the finished size of your project. But it's going to be really, really fun, and I think you guys are really going to like it. So that one is almost done. I have all of the patterns written, all of the test blocks are made, so I'm in the process of filming right now, and hopefully I will get that done and out to you guys shortly. So I'm super excited about both of those 2 things coming. I think that's it for my quilting stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to my acquisitions and giveaways. So like I mentioned before, I did get some EPP acquisitions happening. So I got these, which I already showed you for my Tula Nova quilt and the Tula Nova quilt pattern. But I got one of these Riley Blake spinning, rotating cutting mats for the EPP. And of course you can use this for anything. And this is just a Sew Daily one, and it just spins so well. So I actually got 2 of them so I can give one away to one of you. So stay tuned at the end to learn how to win the giveaway for this, because I just think it's going to be so much fun. So I will be giving away one of these, but it is also in my acquisitions because it's brand new to me, and I think it has definitely been a staple in my quilting room. I've been using it a ton. Okay, another acquisition, and I wasn't even going to show this, but it's this little personal mini fan, and the guys who sent me the headlamps that go around your neck for like cross stitching and knitting and stuff in the evenings also sent me this. And when it first came, I was like, yeah, whatever. And then we have used, it's been hot, guys. We have used this thing so much. So I will just use it like when I'm working at my desk, because there's like this nice little kind of breeze you can go. You probably can't even hear it. It's very quiet. And then there's another level. Get a little bit of flowing. And then there's another level, which, yes, we've got a wind. It's like the, what are those called? The glamour shots from the 80s. Yeah. So anyways, this little guy is so much fun, and it is just, actually, it's super cute too. I mean, it's pink, so what is not to like? But one thing that is actually, because I thought, I'm not going to use this. My daughter takes this, and they have to sit outside in the hot sun, like hot sun, all day long taking orders. They have their little iPads, and the iPads that they give them have a little thing on the side. So she actually sticks this in the side of her iPad so that she can have some like air fan blowing on her while she's outside like dying at work. So she's used this. We've taken it to the pool. My other daughter has just used it pretty much all the time. Like, we're basically all fighting over the mini personal fan. The only thing I kind of wish it had was the one, I saw the ones that squirt water at the same time, so you can like sort of squirt water and like fan yourself off. I mean, that'll be probably my next purchase, but This is so cute. My next acquisition, and this is a little off season, but you know, you do what you gotta do. This is by Lella Boutique and it's called Christmas Morning. And so I got this lovely Christmassy jelly roll and I just wanted to show it because I think it is so pretty and I just really love the Christmassy colors. I like this green that she's got and then I really like the gray. And of course the reds. And I was thinking that this would be such a fun jelly roll to make my jelly roll jamboree quilt in because I just think this would be so cute for Christmas. So I think I might get online and order some more fabric. Maybe, probably do the red, I would think, and maybe some of the green. Or the gray for the binding, and then just go ahead and do that with this jelly roll because it's such a fun, fast quilt pattern, especially if you're looking for like maybe a Christmassy gift to give. That pattern comes together so quickly. You use pretty much the entire jelly roll, so there's like no waste, and then you just have it really fun and easy. And I think the traditional quilts are real appealing to me for some reason. They just seem more like vintage and authentic, and I love the fun, cute ones like these that I'm also working on, but I really love kind of the patchworky kind of just more simple quilts sometimes. And so I think that is what this is going to be. So stay tuned for that because I'm not doing any Christmas sewing yet, but I will be pretty soon. And so this is definitely on my Jelly Roll Jamboree bucket list. Okay, 2 other acquisitions, and so you're going to be seeing some tutorials come up soon. I really wanted to try some of this mesh fabric. So these are 2 different ones. This is the By Annie mesh, and she's got a ton of different colors. So I wanted to do a bag with some mesh, and so I am going to be trying those. So you'll be seeing those tutorials coming soon. I did try and go to my local craft store and see if I could find any mesh, and they did have some, but it was like stronger than tulle, but not like quite as like beefy as these. So I mean, it's kind of hard to see in there, but there's my finger. You can kind of see how big those are. It's just a thicker, heavier weight. So I think it'd be perfect for something like my travel to go case that I showed with my EPP stuff in there earlier, because I don't think it would be like tearing and things like that. So I'm excited to kind of try this. So I got 2 colors. I got this kind of aqua and I got the white, and I think that'll be really fun. So I don't know, look for some fun bag tutorials coming up with some mesh features, because I actually have not sewn with mesh yet. So could be fun, could be a disaster. I guess we'll find out together. Now, I think I've shown this before, like on my Instagram and things, but I do get the Sweetwater. It's like a quarterly stash box, and so they always send some kind of fun things. And this one is the last box that they sent out, and they sent me the spring chicken fabric, which is so cute. So actually, here, hang on. Let me show you the projects that came with it first. So this particular box came with 4 little patterns in it. So there's a table runner, some little mug rugs, a tiny little basket, which is super cute. And then this, I don't know what that's for. That might just be like a Sweetwater Sew Along box number 3. This is the 3rd of 4 boxes that will include the sew along blocks. You will be putting the finished blocks into a quilt. Oh, probably should have paid attention to my other boxes. Okay. So apparently that house is a cute little sew along block, which I didn't realize that they were doing that. I don't always read them. I'm just like, oh, cute, cute, cute. And then I set it aside and then I like forget about it. So anyways, those are kind of cute. So they always come with patterns. They come with fabric, which I'll show you here. And then this particular one came too with these cute little labels. Aren't these adorable? Let me see if I can, they're kind of blowing out here, but so there's the happy label, the cluck cluck chicken label, some butterflies, and a Life is Sweet watermelon label. They're so cute. So labels came in there, and then they gave me a spring chicken charm pack. I love Sweetwater fabrics, by the way, if you don't know. They are, it's gonna be hard to show you these because charm packs are hard to show, but they're so much fun. You can kind of see the color vibes in here though. And they sent me some other fabric I'll show you too. So anyway, spring chicken, super cute. There's kind of the color palette. And then they sent a little pile of fat quarters. So they have these cute little chickens. This yellow kind of, I don't even like little, they look almost like little chicken feet, but like leaves or something. Some stripes, some gingham. This is some more, this is like a, they're like little circles. I don't know if you can see those because it's kind of a white on white, but little circles. We've got this pretty green, this looks like little chicken feet. And then these adorable, I don't even know what they are, flowers, daisies. Isn't that cute? So here they all are together. So that is my quarterly Sweetwater box. They come out quarterly, so 4 times a year. They are a little bit more expensive, but they do always have like a really nice kind of stack of things in there. And I think they do a really good job on their boxes. So, and then they gave us a little sneak peek of their upcoming Christmas, which I cannot wait for. I feel like Sweetwater, nobody really does Christmas like Sweetwater. They have the best Christmas fabrics and these look so cute. So this looks like it's called Red Barn Christmas, which what is not to love? So that's a little sneak peeky that is coming soon. And then it also came with a little coupon code for subscribers that you can use on anything from their shop. Okay, I have 2 more fabric-y acquisitions to share with you. So this beautiful bundle is called Shine On. This is from Bonnie and Camille. And if you're curious, this is what I am using to do that second intermediate level class that I just talked to you about. So it is going to be so much fun. And you can actually use your scraps for that class as well. I kind of encourage you to use scraps for it, but I did need some fabric to kind of complement my scraps because I only had a fat 1/8 bundle of this and I didn't know how much I was going to like it, and when I got it I decided that I loved it and I needed some more fabric to use in the class, and so I did order myself a little bundle. So I mean, you can just screenshot that for your fabric-y goodness. I'm not going to go through all of this. You can kind of see it online, but super fun prints. This is probably my favorite print. I bought this, I think I'm going to be using it for the backing for my quilt. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do for binding. I always like a good kind of stripy binding, so I might do that, or I think I might be using this one for my binding. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to do a red. I think I'm going to do a red. I could also do a navy, although I don't know. Maybe this little mini rainbow navy. I haven't decided yet. Anyways, stay tuned. But this is the fabric that I'm using in this class, and so it's going to be just so much fun. And then my last purchase is, this is called Sophie, and this is by Brenda Riddle. And I told you before that I did my cherry quilt in the Ambleside from her, which is a really old print. It's out of stock. You can try like Etsy or something. That's where I usually go for prints that I know are going to be out of stock. But I found this when I was at my local fabric shop, and this was just a little mini charm pack. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love these colors. They are so sweet and soft. And so I got that. I got this print. This is kind of a raspberry gingham, which I love. This is the print that I used for the binding on the Cherryberry quilt because it just matched so perfectly. And then I also got this print, and I'm going to be probably doing a bag tutorial out of these. So I've got this print, and then this is actually going to be quilt backing. And it might even be lining for my bag. So here they are again. Of course, there's a ton more prints in this line, but these were just my favorites. And I got these in anticipation of making it bag for you guys. So I haven't decided on the bag I'm doing yet. If you have a bag in mind that you want to see from me that you haven't seen yet, let me know in the comments below. But it's going to be adorable, whatever it is, because this is just like the cutest, sweetest line. And I am going to be using a charm pack for it as well. So we'll have a fun little patchworky kind of bit to it, and then somehow incorporate the rest of this into it. So haven't decided yet. That will be coming soon. I just love this fabric so much. And by the way, when you're shopping, or when I'm shopping for bag stuff, a lot of times I'll do a charm pack because I know I can kind of put that together into whatever size I sort of need it to be, and it will be adorable. For the lining, I always buy about a 1/2 yard. That's usually pretty safe if it's just kind of like a regular size bag. If it's going to be like a larger tote or something like that, a lot of times I'll buy 3/4 to a 1/4 yard just to make sure that I have enough for whatever pieces. But a 1/2 yard for lining is kind of my go-to, and then the outside I'm always kind of piecing together with smaller bits. So I think that's just a good go-to amount of fabric for bags. A 1/2 yard, and then some fun little side bits for the outside. For my backing, I always do about 4.5 to 5 yards of backing because that'll usually fit just about any quilt. And if it's not quite big enough, you can always piece like a strip down the middle, you know, do like some quilt blocks from the top or something like that, and then you can just make it a little bit bigger that way. But that's pretty standard for my backings anyways. And so if I see fabric I like that I know is going to be beautiful for backing, I'll go ahead and grab that much in it, and then just stick it in my stash over here until I'm ready to use it. So So, all right, that is it for my haul. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the giveaways. So last month, or whenever I did a podcast, it was longer than a month ago. I'm so sorry. Things have been crazy. But I did do giveaways. I think I picked like 10 giveaway winners off that video, and not everybody has replied. So make sure you go back and look at that video. I put it in the description box below the video, the list of winners. If you have not heard from me or had a prize shipped to you, please contact me and let me know, and I will get something sent out to you, because I think there was still like maybe 2 out of like the say 10 or so people that I picked that I haven't heard from. So definitely go back and make sure. If you don't get back to me, I'm just going to be picking new winners after this video and probably giving those prizes away. So take a look at that ASAP. So I did a little bit of stash cleaning. I kind of reorganized my room, and so I do have some things that I'm probably just not going to use. My daughters didn't want, so I'm going to be giving away to you guys. So I have 2 of these. These are from Fat Quarter Shop. They're absolutely adorable, and they are rotary cutter cases. So I have a green one and I have a pink one, and when you unzip them, they've got these mesh inside, so you can put your, there's a mesh container and then like a little elastic one. So your rotary cutter can go on this side, and then on this side you can put whatever you want, threads, scissors. Really, you can kind of use these for anything. They don't have to be rotary cases, but that I think is what they were made for. So I have 2 of these to give away. I have a Walkabout Charm Pack, and this is super cute. This fabric is really fun and kind of springy, summery vibes. It's got some fun greens. It's kind of corally, like a coral pink in there. I think I would be better at showing these charm packs, but they're just hard to show. And you can kind of see the color vibe that goes with it. So that's a Walkabout Charm Pack by Sherry and Chelsea. And then I also have this fun little bundle of fabric. So this is called Balboa by Sherry and Chelsea, and it's just a little fat quarter stack. So there are 6 fat quarters in there, and they're just super cute. These would be fun for, you know, a little mini quilt, table runner, I think placemats. You could even do a little bag out of these. So super fun and colorful. So that'll be a separate giveaway. I got this from one of my Sew Sampler boxes, and I've decided that I'm probably not going to use it. So I want to get it out to someone who will. So this is a combination of the Bella Moda solids, and then they have that fun, it's got all of the prints on it, which I was originally going to hang in my sewing room, but let's be honest, I do not have room on my walls for this. I've seen a couple people make some cute bags out of it, and I really like the concept of having all these colors, but I think having like little fabric like swatches would be better. So I am not going to be using this, so I will be giving it away to one of you. And I think, let's see, there's 12. They look like fat 8s to me, and then this, which is an entire panel, so this is probably a yard. This next giveaway is called, let's see, it's by Penny Rose Fabrics, and it's called Majestic. And this came in, I can't remember, I want to say it was my pre-cuts box, and I had saved it for making a bag, which I think it would be really cute in like some kind of like a little travel bag or something. But this would also be a really good jelly roll jamboree quilt. I'm just saying, look at those colors, so pretty. So I'm giving away an entire jelly roll. Plus, I want to say this is a half of a yard. I could be wrong because I didn't measure it out, but I think that's what they sent in their box. So, but it's definitely coordinating. So, cute little bundle here. So, those are going to be my 5 giveaways for this video. Make sure to leave a comment answering one of the questions that I asked sometime during this video. I had a bunch of them in there. I will pick 5 winners from those comments, and then I will get in touch with you via YouTube and ship your prizes out. And then I'll also list them in the description box below this video once they're chosen. So, people have been really good about getting back to me, but make sure to always check the description boxes below the videos, and if your name is in there, make sure to contact me. You can email me at erica@confessionsofahomeschooler.com, and then we will get all your fun prizes out. I have a ton of patterns as well, so I'll probably just throw some random patterns in with the prizes so you can have those, and I have a couple of other fun random goodies in there as well. So I kind of just try and stuff a fun little box of giveaway goodies for you guys when I ship them out, just because, I mean, let's just share the love, right? So thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked it, please make sure to thumbs up and subscribe. That way I know to keep making fun videos for you. Definitely hit the subscribe button. That really helps me out, but you can also hit the notification bell, and then anytime I release a video, you will be notified so you won't be missing any of my fun videos or tutorials. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Oh, Katie, can you run downstairs and get the paper off the printer for me? I mean, there's an airplane anyway, so. So hot. It's like glamour shots. Remember those? Thank you so much. I totally forgot. Sorry. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And it's just got refills, and I'm sorry the end is kind of gunky because I probably need to clean that off. Anyways, these are, oh, not in focus. Sorry. It is really hot in here. I keep thinking of that song, Down with OPP, only EPP. Is anybody else? Is it just me? I don't know. All right, so my next fun share, and you guys have probably all seen this already. Whoops, it's folded. And then, of course, it's got the zipper top, which is like nearly impossible to show on video. Oh, sticking to my chair. They alternate them. That makes it hard for me to show, Sweetwater. And then my last purchase is this fun line. This is called Sophie. I literally just got cut off by my own camera because I was talking too long.